How is everybody today? Look at all you guys here. It's good to see everybody. Give yourself a hand. It's good to see all of your faces. You guys filled up all our chairs too. Congratulations. Everybody having a good summer. I don't know for you guys, but once we hit like mid-July, I just feel like we're slowly starting to make that come down back to school. Like things are kicking in. It's getting there. We got our semester plans coming in, good stuff coming up. So it's good to see all of you guys here joining with us. I want to make sure everybody knows it's 10:40. Will, you got to get this thing started faster, man. It's 10:40. I want to make sure everybody knows what's going on, okay? So real fast, this Wednesday, July 21st, we will not be here, all right? We will meet at Blue Springs 8 Movie Theater. How do you guys say it? I say it wrong every time, don't I? How do you say it? Huh? Theater? Man. At the cinema. All right. Theater. All right. Theater. I say so many words wrong, and my wife's been calling me out on it, and now it's just all stuck up here, and I just worry about everything that I say. At the cinema, we will be at Blue Springs 8 this Wednesday at 6:30. I want all of you guys to come, bring $5. If you have a friend that you're inviting for the first time and they've never been to anything weekend, they can join us for free. We'll let them come on in, but I want you guys to all be there. Come out, be a part. Now, here's the thing. We will have like a short, kind of like a fun service in there. We're not going to be doing worship or anything, but it'll be like a short teaching, like a really short teaching time. And we're going to be doing some games and stuff. But we have two different auditoriums reserved. I want to say the other auditoriums reserved. And so like one group is going to be doing some of the games down here while we do some teaching stuff, and then the games will be going on the other one, and I'll run over and we'll do some of the teaching stuff in the other one. It's going to be a lot of fun. You're going to get a chance to win like concession stand stuff, like their concession stand stuff, like free stuff. It's going to be a blast, so we'd love for you guys to be a part, just because we've never done anything like that, and they've just told us, hey, whenever you're ready, we'll just hit play. So we can do like, just a fun service in there, and hopefully it'll be a great time. So come on out, join us this Wednesday, 6:30, and then following after like the short service time, we're just going to be doing Space Jam 2. So don't watch it yet. If you haven't watched any of them, go watch the original Space Jam. Well, actually, don't, because then you might be like, this one's no good. So I don't know, but the whole point is it's going to be a fun time just doing all together. So we'd love for you guys, come on out, join us, be a part, have a good time. It's an easy thing to invite a friend to. So that is this Wednesday. Following Wednesday, we do not meet at all because it is breakaway. So I know a lot of you guys, where is the breakaway meeting today? In the Commons, right after church. Okay. So if you are a part of Breakaway, if you are serving at Breakaway, make sure you meet in the Commons. If you have not signed up yet, from what I believe, Andrew, they can't sign up anymore, right? Okay. So if you've not signed up or you've not talked directly to me today, because that's only one student, but everybody else, if you haven't signed up, sorry. But for all of you that are serving, go to the Commons at noon so that Anna knows what you're doing, what you're going to be a part of, and how you're going to be serving. Because Breakaway is that week, we will not do anything that Wednesday night because so many of you guys serve, and usually you're dead tired, and you don't come back that evening. And so that's all right. Go home, rest. Have a great week. And then August 4th, 5th, and 6th, it is time to get signed up for camp, people. Make sure you get one of these forms. Get your stuff turned in immediately next Sunday. Next Sunday is our parent meeting. I would love to have your forms turned in before then. So if you can bring these forms with you Wednesday night, if you know for sure you're going, you're like, I'm definitely going, please have your parents fill this out today. Just take 5 minutes real quick before they leave church today. They can fill this out. They can drop it off. That white box right over there, they can drop this off in any white box that looks like that throughout the church. There's also a red, I don't even know what it is, like a red box attached to the wall over by the half of the Volkswagen in front of the filling station. They can drop it off in that red box there too. Or any of those white wooden boxes, they can drop these off. So make sure, get these things filled out. Even if they don't have the money for it today, fill it out and put it in so that here's our big thing. Andrew and I have to order shirts like Monday. We have to order them immediately, Monday or Tuesday. If you don't have one of these filled out with the t-shirt size, then we just guess sizes. And so if you get the wrong size, we can't do anything about that. So we need this. So even if you're like, Mom, Dad, I got to get this filled out, fill it out right now. Turn it in today before you leave church. If you know you are going, just get one of those. It just takes a couple of minutes. Get those filled out, turned in, okay? $100 for you, $75 for a friend. Please hear me on this. If money is an issue, if money is a concern, if money is like one of those things that's going to keep anybody from going, whether it's you or your friends, let us know, all right? We have scholarship stuff available. Money is never going to keep anybody from going to a retreat like this. Pretty much, we try to make sure everybody can get to anything unless it's like a mission trip for $2,000. I can't cover that. But we have money set aside. We have people every Sunday. We'll have a family, maybe they're retired or their grandparents or whatever. They're like, hey, I don't have kids in youth, but I'm just going to write a check for the cost of the camp. Please give this to anybody that needs it. And we've had those coming in constantly. So we have money that can help cover for for people. Have your parents let me know. You come talk to me or to Andrew. We will make sure you get there. If Keegan invites a friend and he's like, man, I got a friend, but my friend cannot pay the $75 and his parents won't let him go because they don't want to pay that, we'll cover it, okay? I want you guys to know money is there for that. So please do not allow that to be something that stops you. We will have time away cards for anybody that needs to go to stuff. I know there's going to be football camps going on. There might be some other stuff taking place during that time. And so if that's what's going on, time away cards, because we will just be right down the street at Three Trails Camp again doing this. And so if you need to leave for a couple hours and come back, that's not going to stop you. If you're like, I got football camp in the morning, I can't go. Yes, you can. You just make sure you come right after camp, all right? So all of that stuff, please, guys, make sure get signed up immediately for that. It's going to be a fun time, and we're excited. We've never done anything like this before, and we're trying to make it look completely different than Fall Escape, so it's going to be a good time. And then August 22nd, where's Kelly at? Is Kelly here? Can you speak about Happy Bottoms real quick? Just give them an idea of, like, what's going on, what are they going to be doing? Yeah, Kelly Cram, everybody! Just let them know real fast, what are they doing? Because I was like, you're going to be doing stuff with diapers, and that's not...
It's not, yeah. Happy Bottoms is an organization that collects diapers for families in need. So they're families who are young families who just have financial need, that can't afford to get diapers. So there's a woman who decided that's something she's passionate about and started collecting diapers in a garage, and it grew into this really big organization. She now has a facility downtown where she collects tons of diapers, repackages them into groups of 25, and then sends them out to places like Impact, like we have here, and then they put those in their packages that go out to those families. So what we're going to do is go downtown. After we have lunch here, we'll meet in the Commons, have lunch, and then we're all going to take a trip downtown to that facility and then use their equipment to repackage their diapers. So they collect diapers and wipes. We'll break down the boxes of diapers, put them through machines that repackage them, reseal them, so you get to use some pretty cool machinery. There's like saran wrapping machines and heat sealing machines and all this stuff that they're going to teach you how to use. And we'll just repackage a bunch of them and label them and help them get them shipped out. So up until then, we're going to do a diaper drive, right? Yes. So starting next week, you could start bringing in diapers size newborn through, what was it, Stephanie? Like size 5, I think. I think it was size 5. Any size diaper, basically, and packages of wipes. And then just, maybe not adult diapers. I don't think, okay, children's diapers, not adult diapers. Diapers and wipes, you can bring them in. We'll stage an area where you can put all of them, but we'll just be collecting those all up until August 22nd so that we can hopefully take a ton of diapers down there with us to donate, as well as our time. And that's pretty much it. It's called Happy Bottoms. I know, get your laughs out now. It's kind of funny, but but it's going to be great, and it's a great way to serve, and I think you guys will enjoy it, especially you guys who like using machinery. So, yeah. Yes. I think so, yeah.
Yes, it is. Good question, Jay.
All grades. All grades. Middle school, high school.
And your parents will be invited to join us as well if they want to come.
Yeah, bring your parents. It'll be a great time for you to serve with them. There's not but we can make it a competition. Yeah. Who can bring the most diapers?
Gets a night out with Jay Cram. All right. He'll pick you up in a limousine. All right, so that is everything coming up, guys. August 27th. We're going to talk about that here again in a second. But I want to do a really quick game. Oh, whoa! It's been a while. Sorry, it's been a while. Will, what do you got for us, sir?
I recently took a poll. Turns out 100% of the people were mad when the tent collapsed.
He took a poll. Good job, Will. I legitimately forgot about that. It's been a while, sir. Hey, I want to do this. This is a dumb game. I just thought it was hilarious. So it may last about 5 minutes. We will see. We will see here. So how well do you guys know your nursery rhymes? How well do you know your nursery rhymes? Anybody familiar with nursery rhymes? All right. So these are nursery rhymes that have been described as a criminal police report. You have to guess what the nursery rhyme is, all right? Very simple. It's going to be written out as if there was it's like a police report. You just got to guess, what is it describing? If anybody gets any of these, I will be shocked. This one is so hard and it's so ridiculous, I just thought it was funny. So we will see, all right? So we will see. I'm going to read the criminal report. If you think you know what the answer is, what nursery rhyme it is, you're just going to raise your hand. I'll call out, all right? I'll call you out, and we'll see what we can do here, all right? Will, what's our first police report here? 8 o'clock. This one's so dumb. 8 o'clock p.m. Answered multiple disturbance called. Allegedly, a man was running through the neighborhood dressed only in a nightgown. He was seen knocking on windows, shouting through the keyholes, inquiring about victims' children. Oh, this is the only one that I didn't print out. Dang it. Is anybody, I'd honestly never heard of this one. What do you got, sir? What do you got? Humpty Dumpty is incorrect. Ebenezer Scrooge is not a nursery rhyme, sir. That is a Charles Dickens character, yes. Huh? The Sandman? You mean Spider-Man, dude? The guy that does the dreams? Mr. Sandman. No one's going to have this one. No one knows this one. What do you think? What is it? Not Batman. The nursery rhyme. What is it, Will? What was the guy? Wee Willie Winky. Hold on. This was the only. Why did it open up? Do you have it back there? Can you read the lyric? Hold on, listen to this nursery rhyme.
It's Wee Willie Winky runs through the town, upstairs and downstairs in his nightgown, tapping at the windows, crying through the locks, Are all the children in their beds? It's past 8 o'clock.
Did you know that one? Did anybody else besides my wife know that? And the librarian. My wife and the librarian. All right.
That man should be arrested.
How creepy is that? I know. Mommy, Daddy, I heard someone tapping on the windows. It's Wee Willie Winky making sure you're in bed. So creepy. All right, next one. That's why I thought this game's so stupid, but it's also hilarious. What's our next one, real fast? What do we got? Took statement from a woman at advanced age. She reports finding her cabinets empty and her dog dead. Anybody know this one? Anybody know who this would be? Leaders, do you think? What do you think, Laura? Old Mother Hubbard is correct.
Old Mother Hubbard went to the cupboard to fetch her poor dog a bone. But when she got there, the cupboard was bare, so the poor dog had none.
She went to the baker's to buy him some bread, and when she came back, the dog was dead. I don't know what this means, but she went to the undertaker's to buy him a coffin. When she came back, the dog was laughing. All I found out was it was an origin that a fun song men like to sing at bars. That's what the origin was from. It's a bar song. And so apparently one of those guys came home and started singing to his kids. I don't know. That's what I got out of it. All right. So Laura for 7th grade girls. 8th grade girls now. 8th grade girls. All right. Will, what's the next one? Let's see if anybody gets this one. Animal cruelty called made on local farmer. Suspects wife was found with several tails of mice that she had brutally removed with a butcher's knife. Yes. 3 blind mice. Good job. Good job.
3 blind mice. 3 blind mice. See how they run. See how they run. They all ran after the farmer's wife, who cut off their tails with a carving knife. Did you ever see such a sight in your life as 3
Not the version you learned at school, was it? All right. No. This was a fun one they like to sing to their children. It was referring to Queen Mary of England, who blind and executed 3 Protestant bishops. So, fun song for the kids. Hey! Hey, kids, did I ever tell you the time Queen Mary blinded and murdered those preachers? Yay! All right. Way to go. Junior girls on the board. Will, let's do a couple more real fast. What's the next one? First aid administered to this pair. Injured, oh, come on. While tumbling down during water retrieval, male victim suffered a broken cranium. Who had it, Mason? Jack and Jill. Jack and Jill.
Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Jack fell down and broke his crown, and Jill came tumbling after. Up Jack got, and home did trot as fast as he could caper. Went to bed to mend his head with vinegar and brown paper. Jill came in, and she did grin to see his paper plaster. Mother vexed did whip her next for causing Jack's disaster.
Yeah. So she whipped Jill for Jack falling down?
Yeah, because Jill pushed him down.
It just said Jill came tumbling after them.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
All right, so fun fact.
Jill got the punishment.
Jill got, or whipping. The original version, Jill was actually Gil. It was 2 brothers, but they changed it to add a girl in. Oh, Gil. It was actually just about taxes that the king had raised, and so one of them, yeah, just fun story about taxes. Good stuff there. All right, here's a favorite one. Let's read the next one. Answered multiple calls of assault, suspected kissing several girls without consent and made them cry. When they advanced on the suspect, he allegedly ran away. Yeah. Oh, no, the nursery rhyme is totally, wrong. Yes. Georgie Porgy, that is correct. Good job. 6th grade girls, way to go.
Georgie Porgy, pudding and pie, kissed the girls and made them cry. When the boys came out to play, Georgie Porgy ran away.
Yeah, he's just going around kissing girls. This was actually a song. It was a song used to harass boys who were considered not sufficiently manly. Yeah, they were just like, it was considered, you made fun of like the wimpy boys, so they called them Georgie Porgies. And because like girls didn't want to hang out with them, so he would have to like run and try to kiss them, and they would cry because like, leave us alone because you're a sissy boy. So he ran away crying. That's the original version. Fun stuff we tell all of our kids. Let's skip the next one and go to the one after this one. Oh, good call. Good call, buddy. All right. Child service is summoned to check on mother with uncontrollable family. Problem was aggravated by their unusual residence. I think Mackenzie had it up first. Old lady that lived in a shoe. That is right. Andrew, will you please?
I have it. Hold on. There was an old woman who lived in a shoe. She had so many children. She didn't know what to do. She gave them some broth without any bread, then whipped them all soundly and put them to bed.
So many kids are just getting whooped. All right, just whoopings left and right. Anybody want the fun fact behind this one? This was actually it was a rhyme towards King George II, because they said, you don't know what you're doing with your whole kingdom, and your wife is actually in charge, and she's the one pulling all the strings. So they compared King George to an old woman, but doing what the wife said, and she ended up being super mean and was like, you need to have all the peasants beaten and thrown in jail. So he's like, okay, I guess that's what I'll do. And he went along with it. So they called him the old woman, and that's why he was just whipping people left and right. So a lot of these songs are just about not being men enough and strong enough, or just making fun. It's all these women doing like killing bishops and taking over the kingdoms. Fun stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Last one. Let's see this. Yeah, there. Go to the easy one. No, go to the next one. Here we go. Female victim reports missing sheep. Suggested to her, leave them alone and they'll come home. Yes. Come on, sixth grade boys. Get us on the board. Ah, so close. Mackenzie, you had your hand up. Little Bo Peep. Such an easy one. Andrew.
Oh, I don't have the lyrics pulled.
Little Bo Peep
has lost her sheep and doesn't know where to find them. Leave them alone and they'll come home, wagging their tails behind them.
It was just what they told lazy kids. That was the whole thing, and they just told you that to warning against being lazy. Because they're like, I'll just leave it alone and the work will get done itself. All right. Who got the most out of that one? Who won? Mackenzie. Mackenzie got 2 in a row. All right, Mackenzie, are you coming Wednesday? Yes. All right, we will pay for your way for free, Mackenzie. So you get a free movie pass. Thank you very much. All right. Way to go. And I think we all learned a little something here, that nursery rhymes are all based off of terrible, terrible things. So, hey, today, students, we started a new series. Well, it's just going to be for a couple weeks, but we started something called Rebellious. Because last week we started talking about how anything that goes against the norm, anything that goes against your current culture would have been considered rebellious, and how often right now when we looked at like how Christianity started, it started as a rebellion. They viewed this as a threat, saying this guy, these people are like caring about other people. They're crossing the boundary lines between, how we treat people that's already like drawn up by like race and gender and how much money they make. And they're just saying we're just going to be loving everybody. We are going to point everybody to God. And this made like political people feel threatened. This made religious leaders feel threatened. And this whole idea of Christianity started as this rebellious thing. And so we talked about what that looks like when you start going against your current culture, and how very often our culture right now says, look out for yourself. Just worry about what you're going to do. Don't worry about the other people. If you got to step on someone to get placed higher, you go for it. And we have this idea of that that's how we live. And so what happens when we start actually living for other people? What happens when we actually live this way that Christ said, this is what I want for you? When groups of people start living differently, it is noticed. And so this idea of Christianity not being some safe and like, well, we just go to church and sing a couple songs. And he's like, no, you should be living this out in a way that's so different that people notice it in a good way. That people say, man, I don't know, but I know those guys live something different. Just the way they treat people, the way they are for people. And so I'm excited. Samantha Baldus has been back from college and helping us do some stuff and kind of learning what it means to go into ministry, because that's something she feels like she is called to go into ministry to do. And so I've asked her to do some of the teaching time this morning just to start getting a little more experience of being up in front of people and sharing. And so she's going to come up and do our next lesson after worship today. So she comes up, follow along with what she's talking about, and have some good group stuff, okay? So let's pray and then have some fun time doing some great worship today. God, Lord, just thank you for this morning. Thank you for just the excitement, just fun, and just kind of laughing through some stuff, doing some game stuff today. But as we just go into worship and sing these songs and think about the lyrics, that our hearts can be focused on you. Pray for Sam as she gets up here to teach here in a few minutes. Just let her be passionate and just sharing what your word, God, what you challenged the disciples at one time, but it's also the same challenge for all of us, and kind of having that idea of what it means to dream big. And so thank you for this morning, God, and thank you for what's coming up these next few weeks. Amen.
How's it going, everybody? Stand on up with me. We're going to teach you a new song, and we're going to try and do our best on it. It's called Child of Love. It's a lot of fun. Let me hear you say, yeah. Oh, I am a child of God. Sing with me. I was walking the wayside, lost on a lonely road. I was chasing the high life, trying to satisfy my soul. All the lies I believed in left me crying like the rain. Then I saw lightning from heaven, and I've never been the same. I'm gonna climb a mountain, I'm gonna shout about it. I am a child of love. I found a world of freedom, I found a friend in Jesus. I am a child of love. I felt the sting of the fire, but I saw you in the flames. Just when I thought it was over, you broke me out of the grave. I'm gonna shout about it. I am a child of love. I found a world of freedom, I found a friend in Jesus. I am a child of love.
Nothing can change the way you love me. Nothing can change the way I belong to you. Yes, I do. Nothing can separate.
Sing that again with us.
Nothing can change the way you love me. Nothing can change the way I belong to you. Yes, I do. Nothing can separate.
Sing with me. I'm gonna climb a mountain. I If you say it's wrong, then I'll say no. If you say release, I'm letting go. If you're in it with me, I'll begin. And when you say to jump, I'm diving in. If you say be still, then I will wait. If you say to trust, I will obey. I don't wanna follow my own way. I'm done chasing feelings. Spirit ministry, God, that we want you to direct every step of our life. God, when there's a decision that we are confused on, we can look in your word and see what you've told us, how to live. God, that we want to be about the things that you want us to be about. God, that is our prayer. We thank you for the chance to get to be children of love. Children, God, that you have died for. Children that you have created. And God, you've given us a very clear purpose. So God, we pray for these next moments as we get into Scripture with Sammy and in our small groups. God, we thank you for allowing us to be in this place here together. And pray, God, that we hear a word from you this morning. That we leave this place not the same as we came in those doors. So God, we give you our praise and honor and glory this morning. Amen.
Howdy. I'm Sammy. I'm going to sit. What's that? I'm the 6th grade girl leader, but, I've been here since 6th grade, actually, so I've been here a while. I'm 20. I'm in college. Very fun. Seniors, good luck. It's fun. No, seriously, it's fun. So how is everyone today? Everyone excited? Good. Good. I know my 6th grade girls are excited to hear me speak. They were super excited when I told them. Right, girls? Dead silence. That's what I got. Thank you so much. That's how they are in group, too. Thank you. Okay. We're excited. Thank you. I have some support. Thank goodness. Okay. So, Rebellious. I think it's really cool because when I was growing up, there were movies like The Hunger Games and Divergent and all these rebellious teenage girls doing these cool things, rebelling against the government. I just thought it was cool. They made movies about it and books. I like books better, but that's fine. But it was really cool to see these rebellious people, and I didn't really connect that to how you could be rebellious for Christ. I thought that was really cool when we had the meeting about this plan, and I was like, that's really cool. And I always think rebellious is a cool word because every great rebellion, even if it's fiction or nonfiction, just inspires something. And I think this word should inspire you for Christ. I really do think. So speaking of rebellion, I never really thought you could do that in like a good way for Christ. I wasn't really rebellious as a teenager. I hope. I really hope. But I didn't realize that things I was doing in high school and at your age was rebellious. I didn't realize that when I was invited to parties and to do all these things that was normal, and I said, nah, I'm good, was being rebellious against the world. Because the world wants you to think that that's okay, and that's cool, and that's something you should do at your age. But saying no is something of rebellion, and it's honestly, I think, a lot cooler than actually doing those things. So let's talk about the good side of rebellion and how it is reflected in the Bible and all the cool stuff about it and how you can really see it and how it comes to following God. So a big part of this and a big thing is dreaming big. Have you all heard that term, dream big? You've seen it on the posters, sometimes with a cat or something. Have you seen it? Y'all know about it? Okay. So that's going to be the theme kind of with rebellion today. So it's a phrase we can hear a lot, and when we dream of anything, if it's daydreaming or when you wake up and you're like, that was really cool, it's big, it's cool, it's superpowers and taking over the world and maybe a unicorn, something. It's big. We're trying to entertain ourselves and think something big, even if you're like, I want to be a doctor or something. So you're doing big. You want to dream cool when you're young and you're little and you're running around and your imagination is huge. But when we get older, those kinds of things can be discouraged. We have to grow up. We have to stop dreaming and get to reality because that's so much fun right now. But when we get older and we realize that those things are kind of impossible to achieve, there's no unicorns. Sad. Sorry to pop your bubble if no one knew that, but they're not real. But we can't dream these big things when we're younger because we think they're too hard to achieve or they're not real and I'm not good enough to do that. And that's something that we get told a lot when we get older. It was something I was told a lot when I grew up. But, I mean, when I was younger, all I was dreaming about was being the superhero that beat my evil younger brothers into, just away so I didn't have to deal with them, What are big dreams that you guys had when you were younger? Does anyone have a big one? Your sister? That was your dream? Nice. That's cute. That was a lot better than I was expecting. Gonna be honest. Anyone else? It can be anything. Come on. Like, have a pet dinosaur or something. You had something. Come on. Hey, I love that for you. Rob, I'm so proud that, don't injure yourself again, buddy, okay? You don't need another injury. But these things can come crashing down when people tell you that you can't achieve those kinds of dreams. I wanted to be a big vet that went on the TV. Like, there was a guy on TV who was a vet, and you'd go around doing all these cool things with animals, and I really, really, really wanted to do that. But then I got to middle school and high school, and I had to go to a really good college, get into a really good vet program, get perfect grades, be perfect, and I was like, that's impossible. How can I do that? Like, I get good grades, but how do I achieve something that's perfect? And I realized how hard it really was, and it came crashing down, and I was like, I'm not good enough for that. And it was like this big wave of fear that came over me. I was like, what if I can't achieve any of the dreams that I wanted to achieve? I mean, we all feel that. We feel that wave constantly when we're trying to achieve something, that we're going to fail, that it's not going to work out, that people are going to tell us that we're wrong and we can't do that. And it's like this huge wave that we feel like is about to crash down on us at any second. And it's terrifying. Because you're like, what if it crashes? What if it crashes when I just need it to not? And that's horrible, and that can crash dreams. And we expect to fail. And that's never fun. Failing's never fun. I've never failed a test, but I assume it's bad. That was a brag, but it's fine. But we feel like we're not cool enough or good enough to do the things that we dreamed about as a child because we're brought down by the world telling us that it's not important enough. But the world is not who we should be listening to. We're not supposed to be listening to someone who's bullying us into this dark pit. We're supposed to be listening to God who tells us that we can do anything through him, which is, I feel like, is the better thing always. And I feel like as we get older, dreams are squashed because we're supposed to be adults. I'm supposed to be an adult. I still live with my parents. I go to school still, but I'm supposed to be an adult because I reached the age over 18. Dreams are not something that I'm allowed to have. And I think that's dumb. Why can't I dream about being a great youth pastor and bringing people to Christ? I think that's a great dream. But people think we shouldn't dream anymore. And last week, when we're talking about, like what Rob talked about Jesus did all these things that people expected him not to do, Jesus dreamed big. God gave him a goal, and he dreamed that he would succeed, and he did. Dreams that big of dying on the cross and coming back 3 days later is possible. That's a big dream. Can you imagine dying and coming back 3 days later? Sixth-grade boys, don't shake your head like, oh yeah, I could do that on Sunday morning. I'll do it right now. No, please don't do that. But that's something that, walking on water. Peter walked on water, but fear crashed down on him and he sunk. That's a dream to be able to walk on water. That's a superpower. But it's things that Jesus wanted to create this big dream for us. When the Pharisees and the Roman government were like, you're doing something bad. You're starting something that we don't want you to do. He had followers behind him. They were scared of his dream. They were scared of him. So they crucified him. They tortured him. But look what happened. We're all here. That dream paid off. That dream was achieved. And because people followed him, we see that his followers were given instructions to do what Jesus wanted them to do. Jesus dreamed big for his disciples. And their instructions that he gave are in Matthew 28, 18 through 20. And I'm going to read it unless do we have it on the screen? Will you put that up? Nice. Cool. So I'll read it too. But then Jesus came to them and said, "All authority in heaven and on earth has been given to me. Therefore go and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit, and teaching them to obey everything I've commanded you. And surely I am with you always to the very end of the age." All nations. That means everyone. Look around you. This is already a lot of people. I'm nervous. There's a lot of you. You outnumber me in a fight. You'd all win, to be honest. There's a lot of you. But there's millions and billions more people out there. There's millions of people that don't know Christ. That's a big dream to get to all of those people. But the 12 disciples were alone, basically. Jesus had amassed followers at the time, but they were the only ones that had direct teaching from Jesus. And Jesus gave them that huge dream to fulfill. Wouldn't you be nervous? I'm nervous just reading it. Come on, some of you have to be nervous. I want to see some hands. I want some interaction. Let's see some hands. Who'd be nervous? I'm nervous. My hands up. I'm 20. I'm not embarrassed by anything anymore. Let's go. Come on. I've stayed up till 2 a.m. doing math. Let's go. Hands, 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 hands. I want to see everyone. Everyone's nervous about this. Come on. Everyone's hand. I want to see it. How could you not be nervous about trying to talk to everyone on the planet about Jesus? That's what he was telling me. He said, go to all nations. Go to all nations. Talk to all people. That means the people that you don't really like, the person that makes fun of you in class, even your parents, people that you don't know. That can be hard. I mean, it's hard to invite them to church other than tell them about the whole gospel and how great it is. That was God's dream for us. And with this, he made the mission clear. He said, find everyone, invite them in, teach them to love God and love everyone and love others. Jesus was always inviting followers to join. He was always going to places and teaching them, and he wanted people to know him. He wanted to know that they were loved by Christ and by God. Don't we want to know the people that we love them so much to tell them about Christ, even if we don't know them? No matter what your age is, you can do great things for Christ. Even if you're 13 or 12 or 20 years old or 60 years old or however old Rob is, who knows? You can do it at any age. Rob's not 60. He's younger. Somebody says he's 18. He's 4D something. 4D something. No. Good job. Was that right? Rob, were you 40? What? That's a lie. No, he's like 40 something. Yeah, 43. I'll go with that. But no matter your age, Christ can use you in ways. We're done making fun of Rob. It's okay. No more. No more about Rob's age. But no matter how old you are, you can still talk to people and show them Christ. And that's a great dream. And you have to stand up for the idea and stand up to that wave of fear because you're not alone. I always imagine when I'm really scared about doing something, like I do speech and debate. I don't know if any of you know what that is, but it's like speaking in front of people for like sport kind of. And I have to do that a lot, like almost every weekend when the school starts. And that can be nerve-wracking for me, and it's nerve-wracking right now, but I always imagine God right here. He's right behind me, because the fear stops where he's at. So I'm never really nervous, because I know that God's got my back. And so I always imagine him stopping that wave of fear that I always imagine trying to break down on you and trying to ruin my dreams. Because that's what they're trying to do. And I want to challenge you guys to be rebellious in that. Rebelling against the people that are telling you that this big dream isn't worth it or that you can't do it. Because it is. Rebelling against the world is the best thing you can do in life. And making sure that you're doing something that you never thought you could do before. Like Jesus challenged his disciples. They never thought that they'd be able to do what they did. But we're here today because of what they did and what Jesus did. So here are 3 things that can help you to try to be rebellious and be brave. Imagine it. It can be imagining talking to someone about Christ or Imagine what you would do with this big dream, or even imagine a big dream for yourself. Then you can pray big prayers for somebody else. Tell them that you're praying for them. Tell them that you're thinking about them, and they're going to be like, why? Why do you care so much to think about me other than seeing me? That can spur someone so greatly. And last, look for ways to help. At church, someone random you see, don't do like what Jack and Jill did and push someone down. That's not helpful. But try to do things with church and even with your parents. Try to reflect Christ, because that's something that can really spur people to Christ. And when our hearts are open and when we pray for others, when we look for ways to help, God will also do something in us. I always think that for mission trips or even going out doing things, you get something bigger in return than you're doing. You can plant a seed, but you're growing exponentially. You're growing in Christ and realizing that, oh, this is how I grow. And so it's always important to be doing these things. The disciples served in big ways and they never even dreamed of. They broke all the rules about who could serve, how they could serve, who can lead, and who can make a difference. They rebelled in the best way possible. They're our greatest examples, and there's so much in here of rebellion that we can learn from, and it's fun to read. This week, I hope you guys can dream big in your small groups and imagine ways God can use you in your groups to change the world. Encourage each other and be rebellious enough to believe that God can do anything through you, because he really can. Just look in here. There's a lot of great examples of what God did through Jesus or what he did in the Old Testament. You guys, I'm going to be honest. When I was your age, this seemed like a challenge. I was like, this is a huge thing. Like I was a reader of books, but this is huge. They're thin pages with a whole bunch of words on it, and some of them can sound boring. Like thou art whatever stuff that I had to learn in a theater class that, trust me, was not fun. But we have to learn that these things are big. But God is bigger. And I know we hear that a lot, that God is greater, God is bigger. But he really is. And once you get that image in your head, don't let it out. Because it's there to help you. Because God is always there to help you. Thank you guys. You guys can go to your small groups now. A+.